Very good morning and welcome to Breakfast News on Channel 1 MTV. We start off with a look at the headlines. A new traffic implemented to minimize the traffic congestion in Colombo. Department of Prisons to minimize the number of inmates at the Balikada prison to 3,000. About 200 people drowned in the Red Sea when a boat carrying migrants to Saudi Arabia capsized. Now for those stories in detail, well, it has been planned to extend the traffic plan that was in effect along Gaul Road and Duplication Road with the aim of minimizing the traffic congestion in Colombo. Police media spokesperson SP Prashant Jayakuri stated that this will be in effect from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. today as a trial. He further noted that both lanes on Deckmans Road will be made available for vehicles moving towards Bambalapitia when entering Colombo from the Gaul Road. Well, the Department of Prison has decided to bring down the number of inmates at the Balikada prison to 3,000. Commissioner General of Prisons, Major General V.R. De Silva, stated that there are so far 4,600 inmates at the Balikada prison. Commissioner General of Prisons added that based on the instructions of the subject minister, a group of inmates from the Balikada prison will be transferred to the Mahara prison, while the remainder will be transferred to other prisons in the island. He further noted that the opportunity for those in remand custody and those who are serving sentences to remain together during the daytime is higher as a result of the number of inmates increasing at the Balikada prison. He added that this has caused several difficulties in administration. The Commissioner General of Prisons added that steps have been taken to separate the two prisons. Well, appointment letters for 75 assistant institute officers at the Learning Resources Development Centre were presented yesterday. The event was attended by Minister of Youth Affairs and Skills Development, Dallas Alha Peruma.
කුමන මිනුම් දණ්ඩ පාවිච්චි කරා අපි කිසියෙකුට මට ඇමතිවරයා ඇතුළු ලේකම්වරයා අධ්‍යක්ෂ ජෙනරාල්වරයා.
No matter what scales are used, there is no background where the minister, including the secretary, the director general, the directors, the principals and you all can be pleased. I will look into how this will be uplifted for the country's sake. This is an institute with a lot of historical value, and now is not the time to find who made the mistake. That time is over. We have been already made culprits, and the responsibility to correct the mistakes lies with us. We should not hesitate to make any decision in this regard.
අපි කවුද වැරද්ද කරේ කියලා දැන් හොයන්න කාල නෙමෙයි. ඒක ඉවරයි. අපි චූදිතයන් බාටපත් වෙලා ඉන්නේ. එසයි නිවැරදි කිරීමේ වගකීම අපි අතේ තියෙන්නේ. ඒක අපේ වගකීම. ඉතින් ඒ වෙනුවෙන් අවශ්‍ය තීන්දුව ගන්න අපි පසුබට වෙන්නේ නැහැ.
Well, the Department of Railways has taken steps to increase the fine charge from commuters who travel without a train ticket. Director of Planning for the Department of Railways, Vijay Samarasinghe, stated that a decision to increase the fine from its normal rate was made yesterday. A commuter travelling without a ticket aboard a third-class compartment was so far fined 300 rupees, and this fine has been increased to 900 rupees, and he will have to also pay double the price of the ticket as well. Vijay Samarasinghe stated that the fine for commuters travelling without a ticket in the second-class compartments was so far charged 800 rupees, and it has been brought up to 1,200 rupees and will be charged double the price of the ticket. Meanwhile, the fine for travelling in the first class has been increased to 1,650 from 1,100 rupees and will be charged double the price of the ticket. He added that the aim of this was to provide comfort to commuters and increase the income of the department, as well as direct commuters to purchase tickets. The National Polls Observation Centre states that they have received reports of 16 incidents where election laws were flouted ahead of the local government elections. National Coordinator of the National Polls Observation Centre, Attorney at Law Rasanga Harishchandra, speaking to Newspress, stated that a majority of those cases were disputes between individuals belonging to one political party.
Harishchandra noted that among the reports they have received are a number of cases relating to illegal propaganda activities and in-party fighting. However, he noted that when compared to the last local government election, this one has so far been relatively peaceful. Meanwhile, Assistant Director of the Campaign for Free and Fair Elections, Kirti Tendakon, stated that they have received reports of 9 incidents where election laws were flouted. He said that a number of incidents of in-party fighting has been reported from the Kegalle, Polonnaruwa, Kalutura and Colombo districts. Tennakoon added that in the north of the country, particularly in Jaffna and Kilinochchi, there have been prolonged obstacles in attempts to conduct a free and fair election.
Well, the 6th Azala Perhera of the Ruhunu Maha Kataragam Devalaya will parade the streets tonight. The 5th Perhera of the Ruhunu Maha Kataragam Devalaya paraded the streets last night. The Perhera comprised of up-country, low-country and Sabaragamo dance items and elephants. The 6th Azala Perhera of the Ruhunu Maha Kataragam Devalaya will parade at 7:45 tonight and will be attended by the Basnayaka Nilame as well. Making global headlines this morning, about 200 people drowned in the Red Sea when a boat carrying migrants to Saudi Arabia sank off the Saudi coast. The Sudanese Media Center, a state-linked news agency, said that only 3 people had been rescued. A fire broke out on board the boat, which was trying to smuggle people to Saudi Arabia, according to the agency reports. It said that the migrants were from Sudan's and neighboring countries. It is unclear where the boat had started its journey. Reports say that the Red Sea is a well-known trafficking route to Saudi Arabia and Yemen. A Chinese state media reported yesterday that rescuers in southwest China helped dozens of people trapped on a partially broken bridge to safety. Reports said that heavy downpours have inundated parts of mountainous Sichuan province since Saturday evening, triggering flash floods and landslides and cutting off highways and communications. It said that floods had affected the livelihood of thousands of people. State television CCTV said that rescuers in Zhengzhou County set up a makeshift zip line between 2 electricity poles with ropes to evacuate people who had been stranded by a broken bridge. The news agency quoted government figures as saying that as of Monday evening, rainstorms in Sichuan had trapped over 6,000 people, forced the evacuation of 27,600 people and destroyed over 1,000 homes. Well, up next is this morning's Global Wrap.
Trailed by undercover police, Myanmar pro-democracy leader Aung San Suu Kyi kept a low profile yesterday as she visited pagodas on the second day of a countryside visit that is testing the patience of the military-backed government. The visit to Bagan, an ancient city 690 kilometers north of Yangon, known for centuries-old Buddhist temples, is the first time the 66-year-old Nobel laureate has left Yangon since her release from house arrest last November. The cathedral in the heart of war-torn Mogadishu has become a haven for some 85 families feeling the Horn of Africa's worst drought in 60 years. With 2 seasons of failed rains, aid agencies have raised concerns that the number of people displaced by drought in Somalia is in the tens of thousands. With nowhere to go and surrounded by conflict, these families feel lucky to be alive. Workers at Israel's electric corporation warned yesterday that entire cities could be left without electricity during the hot summer days if they fail to collect the tons of jellyfish swarming into the power station. Workers are struggling to deal with a massive quantity of jellyfish overflowing into the station in the central city of Hadera. The power station uses seawater for cooling off purposes and has to filter out the dispose of tons of jellyfish that are sucked into its system daily.
We're taking a look at some cricket news. Well, Sri Lanka will take on England in the fourth one-day international at Trent Bridge today. The match is scheduled to begin at 6:30 p.m. Sri Lankan time. Now, Sri Lankan interim cricket coach Sri Law said that they are hoping to field in the same team and get the same result.
Wrap up the series, more of the same. We can improve in little areas. We will talk about that tonight in our team meetings. We can improve, which is a good thing, and we're playing pretty good cricket at the moment. Our plans with our bowling lineup they seem to be working. It's not just about coming up with good plans; it's going out there and executing them. And with a guy like Lasith Malinga in your team, it does make batting and scoring runs at the death very difficult. Look, he's something special. He's played 6 games. He's got 200s batting at 3, and he's not backward in coming forward. He likes playing his shots. He's an exciting young prospect for Sri Lankan cricket. 21 years of age. He's showing all the right signs. We will come out on a similar sort of wicket to what we've been playing on, and it's been getting the job done for us so far. So at this stage, we will plan to play the same team, get the same result.
Well, Australia's Cadel Evans just denied Spain's Alberto Contador to win stage 4 of the Tour de France yesterday.
A breakaway group of 5 riders held the front until just under 4 kilometers from the finish, but by then Evans had needed attention from a mechanic who had to lean out of the team car at high speed to spray oil on Evans' chain. Then Evans needed to change his bike and almost rode into trouble when a motorbike carrying a photographer fell into the road just ahead of him as he restarted. After launching an attack on the first serious climb of this year's race, the 2 kilometers final ascent of Morzi Batang, 3 times winner Contador raised his arm in triumph as he crossed the line. But the official photograph showed Evans had just pipped him by less than half a wheel. Contador's attack took some of his rivals off guard, like 2009 and 2010 runner-up Andy Schleck of Luxembourg, who finished 7 seconds off the pace, and Briton Bradley Wiggins, who lost 5 seconds. Kazakh Alexandro Vinokurov was third in the same time, while Norway's Thor Hushovd retained his leader's yellow jersey with a 1-second lead over the day's winner.
Maillot jaune, tout reserved, le champion du monde.
Time now for this morning's Sports Roundup.
British police have begun testing Olympic venues against all potential security dangers, including from Irish dissidents and Islamists. Next summer's London Games are predicted to be Britain's biggest peacetime security operation and will be policed at severe threat level, the second highest status. The country faces a number of potential threats, one of the most high-profile being from Al-Qaeda after Britain's support of US military operations in Afghanistan and Iraq, while dissident Irish nationalists pose a renewed challenge. India's Sports Minister Ajay Makhan said yesterday the ministry would sack the coaches along with the athletes who have tested positive in the doping tests. Makhan told reporters at a news conference in New Delhi that 8 athletes have failed the doping tests conducted by the International Association of Athletics Federation, wherein the players consumed banned anabolic steroids. Makhan also said that the Athletics Federation would also have to explain their stand, since coaches and programs of the players were discussed with the organization before taking any decision. Borrowed skates, a tiny ice ring and an ice surface resembling a cheese grater. Olympic figure skating champion Kim Yoona found herself in unfamiliar territory yesterday, pitching South Korea's 2018 Winter Olympic Games bid. The International Olympic Committee will elect the winning bid today, with South Korea's Pyeongchang running against Germany's Munich and France's Annecy. Kim, who won gold at the Vancouver Olympics last year, is part of the Korean city's bid team and will be pitching their proposal to the IOC hours before the vote today.
Well, let's take a look at your currency exchange rates for this morning.